Welcome to another episode of Faith Explorations, the podcast where we delve deep into the teachings and principles of Christianity and embark on a transformative journey through the realms of faith and spirituality. I'm your host, Kenneth Garcia. In episode 84, we delve into a topic that affects us all, surrendering to God. In this episode, we will explore what it means to surrender, how it is portrayed in the Bible, why it is necessary for our faith journey, and most importantly, how we can surrender to God in our daily life. But our exploration doesn't end here. For more insights that can enrich your journey of faith, be sure to visit us at BibleKeeper.com. So without further ado, let's dive in. Many of us struggle with the idea of surrendering to God because it challenges our desire for control. But what exactly does surrender mean? Let's explore the definition. The word surrender originates from sur plus rendre, which means to completely give up, deliver over, or give oneself up. Surrendering is when we stop resisting an enemy or opponent and submit to their authority. That's right. Surrendering to God means letting go of our own plans and desires, acknowledging that His will is greater than ours. Surrendering to God is a recurring theme in the Bible, and Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 to 6 captures its essence perfectly. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. Surrendering to God involves having complete trust in Him, accepting His authority over our lives, and aligning our will with His. The Bible uses various terms with similar meanings to surrender, such as submit, obey, and yield. These words highlight the act of subjecting oneself to God's control and following His commands. Surrendering to God is more than just acknowledging His existence. It requires a genuine willingness to submit our will to His. When the disciples left everything to follow Jesus, they demonstrated surrendering to God. They trusted in His plans and reshaped their lives to align with His purpose. Surrendering to God means letting go of what we believe is right and trusting in God's knowledge and guidance. It is a living sacrifice and a demonstration of our obedience and trust in Him. Surrendering to God is essential because it allows us to become instruments of His righteousness. When we surrender our hearts to Christ, we exchange our lives for His, and He redeems us through His sacrifice. Surrendering to God acknowledges His worth and enables us to grow closer to Him, attract others to Him, and reap eternal rewards. When we surrender to God, He gives us new life and hope. He intervenes in our difficulties, strengthens our faith, and provides rest and peace in our hearts. Surrendering allows us to experience God's best in our lives and receive blessings beyond our imagination. Surrendering to God requires letting go of our plans and allowing God to guide us. We can do this through prayer, fasting, and seeking God's presence in our lives. We must trust in God's perfect timing and continue seeking Him through prayer and spending time in His Word. Spiritually surrendering to God involves trusting Him with all our heart and leaning on His strength when we face challenges. We can praise Him and remember His faithfulness in our lives. Surrendering in prayer is a powerful way to connect with God and express our needs and desires to Him. There are 7 practical ways we can surrender to God: acknowledging Him, having a pure and sincere heart, engaging in prayer, renewing our thoughts, recognizing His Word, letting go and letting God, and worshiping Him with gratitude. By following these steps, we can surrender to God in all aspects of our lives and experience His love and guidance. Surrendering to God may seem daunting, but it is a step towards a life filled with peace, purpose, and fulfillment. As we surrender, we open ourselves to God's plans and blessings beyond measure. Remember, surrendering is not a sign of weakness, but an act of faith and trust in God's wisdom and goodness. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Faith Explorations. We hope this episode has shed light on the importance of surrendering to God and how we can apply it to our lives. If you enjoyed today's discussion and want to explore more topics related to spirituality, be sure to subscribe to our podcast. Make sure to follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. And visit us at BibleKeeper.com for more resources that will enrich your faith journey. Join us next time as we continue to explore matters of faith and spirituality. Until then, may God bless you abundantly.